FM, 90.1 MHz.
Proud member of the KBC.
Kapisanan ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
Here are the burning issues for this day.
Concise, but meaty.
Using nothing but the truth, and this is for 5-minute broadcast.
Thunder News.
This program is brought to you by CKC.
Hello, Philippines.
And hello, world.
I'm Eugene Durapan.
And I'm Overton Villate for the
Thunder News. For the local news, Erwin Soyo wins the CKC presidency.
For the national news, Miss resignation taken at face value.
For the police report, 11 abused girls investigated.
For the weather report, Typhoon Dash hits Manila.
For the sports news, Ascot to compete in Smart Hill.
For the entertainment news, Narayan cap out at airport.
And for the commentary, technology, a good or a base.
The details with the news is done.
The chemical error in civilian toxic has been with us a short 50 years, but we have all come to know its effects. The tragedy of disappearing species, loss of habitat and productivity, disease, birth defects, and death. Our water quality depends on the action we take now. We must begin designing a sustainable relationship with the Earth's lakes, rivers, and oceans if they are to become healthy ecosystems again. It is up to each one of us to take on the challenge and responsibility of stopping toxic pollution.
A message from DNR and Big Station.
We're back to Thunder News. I'm set to rate water for the afternoon.
For the local news, Urban Soil wins CKC presidency. Here's President John live from CKC.
Thank you, Mark. Erwin Soyo won the presidential race yesterday for the College Local Student Council yesterday at Christ the King College, Calvary State. For the votes of 1,385 against 1,130 votes from his rival presidential candidate, Mr. Junicio Ramosa. In a briefing conducted by inspired editors and reporters, the Soyo was the top candidate in education and nursing department with higher total population of voters against the other departments. Christ the King College administration noted that the election conducted yesterday implied transparency and freedom for studies concurrency. We also added that for 3 consecutive years, presidential candidates from education department are still doing meetings on the fake election that contributes on the history of Christ the King College. For the local news, I am Chester Yanson reporting. Back to you.
For the national news, Mig's resignation taken at face value. Zomar Amada for the details.
The Senate yesterday reached a consensus to accept Senator Juan Miguel Rivera's resignation at face value, without any need to vote against his decision. Senate Minority Leader Alan Peter Cayetano said this was the decision of the members of the Senate during a caucus which was held right after Rivera announced he would step down from his position at the Session Hall Wednesday afternoon. I am Joe Maramada, reporting for National News.
For the international news, Egypt Mubarak goes on trial. Jacob Shell for the details.
Hosted Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak, the spectacular downfall sent shockwaves across the region. Faces trial on Wednesday afternoon, Mubarak, 83, is due to appear at the Cairo Police Academy along with his 2 sons, Alaya and Gamal, former Interior Minister Habib Adi, and 6 security chiefs. Businessman Hussein Saleh, a close associate of the Mubarak, is being tried in essentially the same case. They are all accused of stealing millions of dollars from the state and of ordering the killings of 800 protesters. If found guilty in the murder charges, Mubarak, who ruled Egypt with an iron fist, can for 30 years to face the death penalty. Jake Cachero reporting for International News. For the police report, 11 abused girls investigated. Joe Armada for the details.
Police are investigating a complaint that an 11-year-old girl was allegedly raped by her boyfriend last Sunday. Police Officer 3 Minerva Marcelino, case investigator, said that the victim is a resident of La Hacienda subdivision in Barangay Bagumbayan. Here and that, the suspect is an 18-year-old resident of the same village. This is Joe Maramada for Police Report.
When we return, Typhoon Bath hits Manila.
Ascot to compete in smart deals.
Iranians camp out at airport.
And technology, a good remain.
The details when we come back.
This program is brought to you by LCO.
We're back to Thunder News.
For the weather report, Typhoon Bath hits Manila. Here is John Komoda for the details.
Thanks, Mark. 2 days of heavy rains yesterday triggered floods in parts of Metro Manila, forced the closure of schools and suspension of work in government, and for some brought back memories of tropical storm Indoy. Weather forecasters said the spurts of downpour that flooded low-lying areas in the metropolis up to sea level were caused by a monsoon trough, a region of low atmospheric pressure associated with intense rainfall. Typhoon Bash and the low-pressure area, formerly Tropical Depression Lando, enhanced the southwest monsoon range over the western section of Luzon and Visayas, said Rene Paciente, the assistant salinity chief. But as said for today, the western section of Luzon will experience monsoon winds which should trigger floods and landslides. The rest of Luzon and western Visayas will have mostly cloudy skies, while the rest of the country will be partly cloudy to cloudy with isolated rain showers or thunderstorms. This is Johnny Amata reporting on weather news.
For the sports news, Ascot competes in smart deals. Gobby Cinco for the details.
Yes, Ascot set to compete for various clubs at a smart deal. Fans get another chance to see some members of Philippine football team play, but this time not as a team. The Ascot will suit up for different teams when the Philippine Football Federation's Smart Stars Championship resume on August 9. Its striker Phil Young has been an older brother, Jim Banner Rizal, while midfielder Triskel Dong and Ayan Araneta and Phil Palestinian Mizag Bahaduran will lead NCR2 in a tournament aimed at strengthening the club formation in the country. The said competition is part of the long-term partnership between the PFF and the SMART, which plans to donate 80 million pesos to the PFF in the next 10 years. This is WC reporting for Sports News.
Iranians camp out at airport. Here is Maria Ivory Cabral for the details.
Thanks, Mark. Low-level Iranians came in groups of hundreds at the New York International Airport before dawn, August 2 in anticipation of Noro North's Manila touchdown. The fans didn't mind heavy rain caused by Typhoon Bash that flashed the area. On social networking sites, tweets compared Noro North to an approaching typhoon herself, strongly with impact. This is Ivory Cabral for the Chica.
Next as, and for the commentary, technology, a good remain. Alana Jane Kalyamak for the details.
Thanks, Regine. Technology is a very useful thing to people. It makes our life easy in many things. Communication, education, food, housing, medicine, and even crime settling. It is really a big help to our modern world. But, just like many things, it has also disadvantages that could harm many people, especially if we could abuse it. It could risk the life of many people, could help, could kill, or even can end the world. But whatever the cause of technology, always remember that technology was created to help and not to kill. Elona Jane Kulyamak for the commentary.
For the recap, Victoria wins the Associate President's State.
Needs resignation, second phase volume.
11 abused girls investigated.
Typhoon Bash hits Manila.
Ascot to compete in smart
The
deals.
Iranians camp out at the airport.
And technology is Lunar Event.
On behalf of the national news and current affairs,
I'm Omar Zidiliate.
and this is Regine Durapan. This is Thunder News. DWSF 90.1 megahertz. Kasali ng mga broadcaster ng Pilipinas.
And this is
7 News!
our field reporter for the local news. Here is Chester Yenzon. For the national news, here is Jomer Ramada. For the international news, Jacob Sherrill.
For police report, here is Jomer Ramada again. For the weather report, here is Joan Wade Kamasa. For the sports news, here is Dobby Cinco.
For the entertainment news, Maria Ivory Cabral is here. And of course, for the commentary, Ellen Spacey. And ladies and gentlemen, our very own anchor, over to him.
Yay! That's a wrap.